Good evening once again, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon. Today's presentation is entitled Securing Your Financial Future with OnPassive. How many of you have been through different programs and schemes with the hope, the dreams that you would increase your cash flow and make a difference in the life of your family and friends around you? I'm going to assume that the disappointments were endless. Many have looked for work online, in multi-level marketing, direct sales, trading, and even cryptocurrency. But most of us could not make it for various reasons. So we're here today to talk about a company that I came across back in November 2018 that has changed the business model where the company does all the work and you don't have to lift a finger. Meaning that we can be anywhere in the world and your business will be taken care of. Most people think about work as getting up in the morning, rushing through traffic, opening the business for 8 or 9 hours, and then closing the business and rushing back through that same traffic only to realize that our kids are already in bed and our spouses have that familiar look on their faces. Well, an online business will definitely change that. So as you look at this image, I want you to think about all the things that you would do or not do if you didn't have to stress about money. At this time, you're probably asking yourself, is that even possible? Or is this just another one of those get rich quick thingies? Well, let's get an idea from one of the richest men in the world and see what he has to say. Now, Warren Buffett says, if you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you will work until you die. It's pretty similar to the expression, doing the same thing year in, year out, expecting change, is the definition of sanity. So how can one make money while they sleep? Former President Bill Clinton said, because of the power of the internet, people can use small sums of money to make large sums of money. So having an online business is directly connected to working on the internet. Now, there's an expression in the internet world that money is the great equalizer. The internet is a great equalizer because once you put it to good use, it doesn't sleep, it doesn't complain, get sick, ask for vacation, nor does it ask for a raise. It simply works 24/7. That means that you can be making money while being with your loved ones. And as we said before, you can make money on the internet even while you're asleep. So you can conduct an online business and still enjoy the niceties of life. Now, making money on the internet requires two things. It requires one to sell products or services and to build a team of customers. But as we can see in this image, it is not as easy as it may seem. So we are faced with a problem. And that problem is many of us don't know how to sell. Many of us don't know how to recruit. And many of us simply don't know how to build a team of customers. So as a result, very few people succeed online. In fact, the percentage is said to be an astounding 97% failure rate, which equates to 350 million failing businesses. Can you imagine that? That's a staggering number. So our CEO came up with a solution. And the solution is OnPassive. Now, OnPassive is a hands-free, completely done for you automated online business that offers targeted traffic so that you can make money while you're doing other things. It's a marketer's dream come true. And if you don't have a business, OnPassive will be that business for you. We like to refer to it as the correction to the corruption. Now, OnPassive was founded by our CEO, Mr. Ash Mufareh, and he's a man of tremendous vision for the future. He attended the American Intercontinental University for a master's degree in information technology and e-commerce. He's completed a Harvard online school in business creation. He's researched great models such as Walmart, Google, Apple, Amazon, and the like. He has over 20 years experience in online business. Researchers showed that 320 million businesses online are failures. And Ashma Farah thinks that the current business model is flawed. The mega rich just keep getting rich, and the poor keeps getting poorer. So let's talk a little bit about the company. OnPassive is an American-based registered company in Orlando, Florida, with tech staff and support of about 800 plus employees in Hyderabad, India. That is where our products are being developed. Here you can see our office building in India on the left and the shot of members of the technical staff on the right side. OnPassive has 3 physical locations, our head office in Orlando, Florida, and 2 other buildings in India, Bangalore, and Hyderabad. In this slide, you can see some newspaper clippings from our opening back in December 2020, which created quite some excitement in the IT space. Now, the objective of Mr. Farah, when he started, was to create a new model that will be 100% done for you business and give you total life freedom within 12 to 24 months after the launch. That means the model will have automated product selling, automated customer building, automated follow-up, automated sales, which in time makes you a very successful business owner. Now, at the back of your mind, you're asking, do I have to sell products? The answer is no. Do I have to recruit people? That answer is also no. When we say OnPassive is a 100% done for you business, we mean that simply by using breakthrough technology. This model has never been attempted before in the industry. Now, I want you to pay close attention to the following slide because it describes the behaviors of salespeople in any sector, and it's sourced from the National Sales Executive Commission. And if you read with me on the top line, it says 48% of salespeople never follow up with a prospect. 25% of salespeople make a second contact and stop. 12% of salespeople make a third contact and stop. Only 10% of people make more than 3 contacts. And if you go all the way to the bottom of this chart, we read 80% of sales are made on the 5th till the 12th contact. So there's a lot of work to be done in sales. And it doesn't matter what sector you are in, there's so much that has to be done. And this is why 97% of people have already filled online. And it illustrates the importance of an automated follow-up system and thus the birth of OnPassive. Now, we said earlier, to be successful on the internet, you need products and services, and you also need to know how to build a team of customers. So let's talk a little bit about the products of OnPassive. As you can see on the screen, the company plans to roll out 50 products over time. When Mr. Farah created OnPassive, his idea was to integrate all of the products with each other, another never done before in the industry, which means these products would kind of communicate with each other. That's the one thing that makes OnPassive truly revolutionary. So let's discuss just 2 of them as we move forward. And one of our flagship products is called OBless. It is a crowdfunding platform that allows you to donate to causes that are dear to you, whether it be UNICEF, Red Cross, or similar. The beauty of OBless is that, like all other tools, it comes as a part of your overall package. Not only that, while you use OBless to generate funds, there are no additional fees. Another product is called OConnect. OConnect is a webinar platform. It is a high-definition audio and video conferencing tool. There's a screen capture option which enables the user to take screenshots when recording it's being presented onto the platform. Another interesting feature is the auto language translation. While you are discussing your information on OConnect, the user will understand your presentation in their own language. OConnect will provide an easy and better way to stay connected in the virtual world. And instead of using platforms like Zoom, the one we're sat on right now, people will be lining up to use OConnect's communication platform because of its features and very low cost. The bottom line is that all of these products will be superior to everything on the market, and under one roof, it's a one-stop shop at a ridiculously low price. When put together, the value of these products are over $500 billion. Academy is one of our products also. It is a learning platform. By itself is worth over $500 billion by 2025. Now, who will be using these products? It is projected that in the first 12 months after launch, OnPassive will generate 100 million customers. They will include teachers, government workers, college and university students and graduates, real estate agents, e-learners, opportunity seekers, and more. People from all walks of life. That includes people like you and myself. So you ask yourself the question, how can you get involved? And my answer is, just become a co-founder. Now, who is a co-founder? A co-founder is anyone who joins OnPassive before the public launch. The co-founder platform was the first product launched by OnPassive, where members can keep track of their progress, communicate with other founders, and participate in beta testing of the company's products. What are some of the benefits? We have 9 of them listed here. You will be a founder of a unicorn company. You'll earn residual income for life. It's 100% hands-free. Set it and forget it. No work done by you. Targeted traffic will be generated and driven to your unique website. OnPassive builds your business and team for you automatically. You would be a part of the beta testing and inner circle of decision making. You'll be able to pay one time out of pocket, and the subscriptions will come from your profit. Now, if you become interested in co-founders today, all you need to do is get back to the person who invited you. They will provide you with a link to register for free. Once you have completed the registration process, you can then proceed to pay the cost of $97 one time out of pocket if you pay by Bitcoin. And if you're using a card, there's a processing fee of $5 that will bring your total to $102, securing your spot to build a non-income for your business, generating income for life, all on autopilot. Now in OnPassive, there will be 2 payments. Your founder's fee of $97, and the second one is your subscription fee at launch, otherwise known as your product package purchase. This is estimated to be around $250. We will be paying OnPassive to build us that success. This is saying to OnPassive, look, I don't want to do the technical stuff. I don't know anything about it. I just don't understand it. Here's my $250. You do the work for me. Now, OnPassive offers you a money-back guarantee. It's a 100% risk-free product, so you cannot lose. You can pay your $97, come in, look around, but if you don't think it's for you, simply ask for a refund. Whether you are active or passive, either way, you will benefit from OnPassive. Everyone wins. Now, there's a great correlation between your network and your net worth, meaning that the amount of people on your team is equal to the size of your bank account. The more team players, the more success. Now, if you're a passive, meaning you do absolutely nothing, when OnPassive launches, you will have 0 customers on your team. The company will then go to work for you, set up your website, drive traffic, follow up, and close the sale. So let's have a look at the chart. At launch, you'll have a team of 0. After 60 days, OnPassive would have generated about 3 customers for you. 3 because we're being extremely conservative. Month 4, you would have generated 12 customers. And you say, why 12? Where does that number come from? Well, remember, OnPassive has to go out and generate customers for each and every one of the members in OnPassive. So 3 times 3, 9, plus your 3 takes us to 12 customers. And after 12 months, your team would be 1,000 customers. Online sales are expected to reach $4.9 trillion this year. So the question is, do you want a piece of that pie? Now let's take a look at the next slide. This one illustrates people who decide to be active. Active means simply that you share the business with others. Now let's suppose that you share the business with 3 people. OnPassive goes to work the same as that of the passive member. Therefore, on launch, you would have 3 people, and after 12 months, that would generate 3,000 customers, as opposed to the passive member who would only have 1,000 customers. A team of 40 would yield you 10,000 customers, a team of 500, 50,000 customers, and a team of 1,000 will yield you 100,000 customers after 1 year. The point is, if you're passionate enough about sharing a great opportunity with others, you will be simultaneously building your customer base, and you will earn faster when we launch. Therefore, we encourage you to let OnPassive be the vehicle that drives you to your dreams. Let OnPassive be the one that changes your life and the lives of relatives and friends around you. If you're in it, you've already won. Our secret of positive results is a positive mindset. We are currently over 650,000 founders globally. Let us not get disappointed by false promises. It is time to change. Forget everything you have seen before and become a Go Founder today. Ladies and gentlemen, this brings us to the end of our presentation. I hope that it was exciting enough for you to have jotted down a couple of questions for our panel, who will be joining us now during the question and answer segment. Just a few house rules. Please bear in mind that this question and answer is primarily hosted for our guests. We're asking you to yield to our visiting friends. We do encourage your occasional comments and congratulatory remarks. They're much appreciated, but it is mainly about our guests. Another point to note is that we like to keep the house in some semblance of order. And if you have a question at any time during the Q&A, please raise your electronic hand, which can be found in your More or Reactions tab at the bottom of the screen. On that note, I'll stop sharing my screen and turn it back over to Myra, your hostess for the day.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, thank you very much, Kenneth, and welcome to the question and answer segment. And I see the first hand up. Zoom user, I'm not sure what your name is, but please go ahead. Kenneth, can you assist me here, please?
I'm sorry?
Assist me for just a second, please.
Hey, Kenny.
Zoom.
I'll help her out. She's got her child's having a hard time, but Zoom user.
Yeah.
Zoom user, can you turn your unmute off, please? Ask your question, please, if you have one, Zoom user.
Can I ask you a question, please?
Go ahead.
Okay, I think somebody asked you a few days back, but I really need some details on that part. As we know that, we don't need a recruit, it's not required. But I was just trying to see the differentiate of the incentive if somebody is just joining himself as a user, and what if they bring more people to the company, and then how is there is any chart we can see how this incentive going to work. I'm not asking the dollar amount. I'm just asking the rules. I mean, how it works. Like what is the incentive set for downline and sideways and all that sort of things, if possible.
Thank you very much for asking the question. Was that Ivan? No,
This is yes, sir.
Well, thank you very much for asking the question. We have not been privy to a chart. I believe you're referring to a payment plan. Is that correct?
I shouldn't say no, but more of my question was that the structure of our company, how somebody, let's say I'm the 10,000 number on the chart, on the list, but then I have another group of people who I have about, let's say 50, 60 people under me. So how do my performance works under the company? What is the incentive plans for me be alone myself, or if I have another downlines, how this thing structure wise working out?
Right, thank you, Nodin. As you come into the company and pay your product package, that's suggesting to the system to go out and work for you. Remember, OnPassive is 100% hands-free. So as you purchase your product package, OnPassive goes out for you and generates traffic, sends that traffic to your unique website, closes sales, and puts your commissions into your wallet. Every other person that comes in behind you, remember, your commissions have just come from people that have joined your team that OnPassive has already gone out and worked for also. So whenever an individual comes in and joins your team, you get a commission from it. And they, in turn, also get the same service done for them. 100% free, nothing to be done by you if you don't want to. There's no requirement for you to be a recruiter. So it's the same service being rendered for each and every one that comes into OnPassive, 100% hands-free.
Mr. Kenneth, to the same answer to you answered me my question. Thank you so very much. But my okay, hypothetical situation. I'm just thinking this aloud. If somebody, since it's a force matrix system, you don't require to bring somebody under you. But I'm just thinking aloud that what is the incentive? Why somebody do that? Like why somebody say just because he out of love that he knows somebody and he think that he should be benefit of this product as well. That's only the reason, or there should be a business reason that he can bring and introduce you such a nice product line for friends and family. So does it has a benefit of just out of love, or just you want to do this because it's another business you want to doing that? It's a two different thing. My question was.
I don't know if you're psychic or what, but you just hit the nail on the head. But OnPassive, when the very interesting question, because it shows me that you are still in the mindset of the old model. And when Mr. Mufarad decided to create the new model, as I suggested in the presentation, he wanted inclusion is the word I'd like to use. And he thought, well, why do we have to use the old model where 97% of people are failing, 97%, and that equates to 350 million businesses. And so he decided to create a new model where the people will benefit. He didn't like the idea of all the money going to the top. And so he created a system that benefited everyone across the board. So when you come into OnPassive and you purchase your product package, it's not like the work is not being done. It is that it is such a unique system that the work is being done for you. You pay for your product package, you get your product, and OnPassive says, look, I know you don't know how to do this, so we're going to go out and use the AI technology and promote for you, generate sales, and drop those commissions in your pocket. And it's a one-time payment for that. I hope that clears it up a little bit. So there's a little bit more history to it if you're just joining on and wondering why is he being so generous? It's a pretty legitimate question. So thank you for that.
Thank you. Appreciate your answer.
Zoom user still has his hand up. I'm going to send him a request. Maybe that person has just accidentally raise their hand. There's a couple more here, Admira. Welcome back.
Okay, thank you very much. Dealing with my 2-year-old a bit. Okay, we have 2 hands up. Wanda, kindly go. I wasn't here. I don't know who was first, Wanda or Teresa. Wanda, go ahead, please.
All right, thank you. And well done, Kenneth, on your presentation.
Thank you.
Trying to shift your mindset, because we all come from a background where we know about multi-level marketing, etc. So could you provide clarity? I know this is not a multi-level marketing platform. I don't know what Ash calls it, but I know he's been working on it since 2018. I know it has evolved bigger than he started. And yet when you promote and invite others to take advantage of the program, I know you get a commission on them as their business is also built. But what is the terminology for this? What kind of platform is it? I don't believe multi-level marketing is it. So is there a word or explanation for that?
Thank you so much. Is that Wanda or Yolanda? Wanda?
Either one. I go by Wanda, the Latin pronunciation, but I'll answer to either. Just call me.
Very nice name, Wanda. Thank you for your question. So OnPassive indeed is not a MLM. And so MLMs require you to go out and recruit people, and they generate funds solely from that. Additionally, in LMMs, generally there's no product. And so since OnPassive is a brick and mortar company with real products, real digital products, we provide those products for people in the market who are either in the online space, and those products in turn, when they've been sold, generate sales for you. So it has nothing to do with recruiting or building a team or anything. That is totally optional, as I said before. It is OnPassive makes its sales and generates its money through online sales.
Can I just jump in there, Kenneth?
Now go right ahead.
Thank you. I'll just ride on the back of you there. Wanda, I think, we get a little bit confused because of that old system.
My hand is up.
But we have to remember that.
My hand is up.
Teresa,
My hand is up.
1 second, please. Teresa.
Yes, my hand is up.
Marissa, Naral is on the panel and she's attempting to assist.
Oh, I see. Sorry.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you. Sorry, Teresa. I was just answering for Wanda. I think we have to remember that the platform of OnPassive has 50 products. With MLM, you're usually selling one product. It's something that has a matrix type or binary plan. The compensation plan for OnPassive is a patented new plan. So it's never seen before. We don't have access to that as yet, but we are told that it will be completely different from any of those old terminologies or old systems that we used previously. That's why we don't need to recruit, and that's why we don't need to sell, because the company will do it. But remember, we're not just selling a product. We're not, going off of those old systems. This is completely new, 50 products. That's why it is taking a little bit longer, because we want to make sure that everything is working correctly. So it is a patented compensation plan. It's hard to sort of know and to pass that on to others, but particularly our friends in business, because they want to know what is it? How am I going to make the money? Things like that. So just be aware that it is a patented compensation plan. You can share that with them. It is coming. It's never seen before. And the company is going to work for you to bring in those people and millions of people who will want to use our products because they are new, they are built from the ground up. So I hope that helps just a little bit
It
more.
does. Thank you so much, Norel.
No worries.
Thank you, Narelle. Thank you, Wanda, for asking.
Okay, thank you very much. Now, Teresa, it's your turn to ask your
Thank
question,
you.
please.
Thank you. I got a little ahead of myself. Ken, I really appreciate your presentation. What I want to add is, Osong says it. He says, if you and I was going to build a house with the same builder, and the builder said, well, I'm on a job now, I'll come later. So I realize he's not going to be there till the end of the summer. So I hire somebody and I build a basement. When he comes, he's going floor 1, floor 2, floor 3, floor 4. And for the other person who just waited on him, he's still building their basement before he gets to floor 1, floor 2, floor 3, floor 4. So the people who get excited about OnPassive and they go out and they invite their friends and their family and other people, they come in and they're building a team before OnPassive launches. When OnPassive launch, they may have 50 people on their team. The other person might have nobody at all. OnPassive is building the 50 accounts under them right away, whereas the other person might have to wait a little bit longer to get to the level of income that they have. That's what I felt I could contribute. Thank you for hearing me.
Thank you for your contribution, Teresa. Always on the ball. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you. Ken, I'm not sure if you answered any questions from the chat, but while I wasn't here, but I'm seeing 2 in the chat from Zoom user. Did you?
We don't know who Zoom is.
No, I haven't. Yeah.
Okay, so let's go. When exactly this program going to launch? That's the question. When exactly this program going to launch?
Thank you so much, Zoom user. So let's get the definition of OnPassive clear and out of the way. This is not a program. This is a real business of brick and mortar buildings and actual products. We specialize in digital products online. So having said that, OnPassive there's no definite date for launch. It is a process. We're currently in our pre-launch. From the pre-launch, we slide right into a soft launch where we test systems, we test payment systems, and there's a couple of other moving parts in there. Once we pass the soft launch, we go into the hard launch. So there's no like going from the soft launch into the hard launch. It's just simply the soft launch has been the processes and the systems in the soft launch have been brought to an end, and then we go straight into our hard launch. So there's no set date for a hard launch. It's no way to tell what that is. It's simply a process that needs to take its own time, and when we get there, we'll know.
Okay, thank you. Another question in the chat. When are we going to make some real money? When are we going to make some real money?
I think I just answered that question. Okay.
Nice question, Admira.
Okay, so
Sorry, can I just jump in there again?
okay, Naira, go ahead.
Great. I just want to say for those, worried about launch and things like that, remember that you've only paid your foundation to become a founder membership. You've only paid that once. When you go into other companies, you're paying ongoing every month for whether it be product or, online to be aware online, and you're paying that every month, whether you're getting paid or not. OnPassive has never asked you for any more money or any more fees. It's $97 to become a founder in an amazing multi-billion-dollar company. So remember that you're not paying anything more The launch is coming. Every day we're getting closer. And if you stay connected in your back office or with those in webinars or those with their lives, you will actually know exactly what is happening with OnPassive. So thank you.
Okay, thank you very
Can I
much,
ask you a quick
Maria.
question also? Just can I input one thing?
Okay, so
Just to curiosity out of somewhere, I know one company who have been launched or they have some sort of a, I should say again, program 4 years ago, and they have never started. Still, people are paying that $10 for that company.
okay.
So the question of mine is that we have already 650,000 people in us, and we have collected $100 for each. So it's almost like how much money the company is holding. $65 million.
Chris, go ahead.
Hey, good question. And do I pronounce it right? Is it Nuruddin? Is that
Yes,
pronounced?
sir.
All
Yes,
right.
sir.
Hey, that's a good question. A lot of people don't know. A lot of people don't know that $97 or that $100 we'll say even there. What that is, that's all in one fund that's never been touched. That is going to go to market us founders as far as advertising, marketing. That's what that goes for. That money has never been touched. Everything right now is coming out of Ash Mufarah's pocket. He's doing this whole thing, but that money is strictly for us founders. And that's what it's going to do. Did that kind of answer your question? And this is going to launch. All right. This isn't like anything else. This man has dreamed of this for many years, and now he put it into play. And like I said, it took Zoom 5 years to launch one product. This isn't this isn't fake. This is so real. It's unbelievable. But you got to remember, we're a global company, and every person that joins OnPassive, that $97 is going to help all of us, which is an amazing thing. No company's ever really done that before. But what you got to try to do is look at what the big picture is. He's already has 4 out. We know he has a couple more completed. We're weeks away from everything that's going to happen, literally. So don't worry about. You can ask me another question. What's your backup?
Yeah, I mean, it's not like somebody doubting on this. It's just people are curious about to know. It's a bigger platform. It's a bigger commitment. So it's not going to be overnight dream things like that. But still, people just want to know when is the end of it. Like if I keep cooking and cooking and cooking, and then what is a day when I get a chance to eat of it, right? I mean, very common question. People have curiosity about it. It's not because they just say, I want to make money out of it. Just want to say when we're going to start something, you know?
Yeah, no, it's, believe it or not, it already started. We're just not to the launch yet, and it'll never end once it starts. So it's kind of like I've used many times, and so has Ash and everyone else. It's like a lady that's having a baby, you know, carrying that child for 9 months and then delivering that baby, all those labor pains. And as soon as that beautiful child comes out into the world, and I'm a guy, but most women that I know, even my ex-wife said she forgot all about those labor pains. So it's a very good question, a common question that's asked, but I just try to let people know that $97 is going for all of us, and that's it, period. But it is a good question. Does that kind of answer your question?
Well, yes and no, but yes, I'm patiently waiting. But I think commonly people, all of us thinking this way, that even though we have a line of things, like we have maybe 50 to 54 products, launching plans, but people probably thinking that, as you said, the kid born and grow, we don't mind is the kids grow, but they say when you step up, then you reach somewhere. If you don't start walking.
Can I say something, Ken?
Marty.
This is Tom. This isn't your typical business. This isn't your typical company. Usually corporations take about 8 years before they launch anything. This is a huge monument. This is bigger than any other company out there. This is going to be bigger than Apple and all these other companies. We have about over 600 professionals that are working on this company. And we only started creating the packages and everything else just about 1.5 to 2 years ago. We are extremely early. We're not late. That's all I'm going to say.
Thanks for jumping in there, Tony. Absolutely right. We often go to the example of Zoom, where they took 4 years with their engineers and their investors and then come to market. On Passive, we are in a unique position where ordinary people can come in for $97 as a founder and get to grow with the company. I started with the company back in 2018, and in the beginning, we have absolutely nothing. And so even the simplest means of communication was challenging. And I've seen the company grow from that to today to having a 6-story building in Hyderabad with 800 technical engineers building our products up. So we do appreciate what you're asking, because if coming in new, this is just too big for the average person to understand. It's never been done before, first time ever attempted. And so we really appreciate you asking your questions. I see that you are definitely plugged in because you're coming out to webinars and asking the necessary questions so that you can gain the knowledge. So I'd encourage you, if you have other people around you that you're bringing in, to let them do the same thing. We created this platform exactly for that. So thank you for asking that question.
May I ask a question?
Please raise your hand either physically or there's an electronic hand. You can find that in your reactions tab at the bottom of the screen.
Okay, and I just want to remind everyone that we have 3 persons on our panel: Chris Johnson, Nyrel, and Tony, well, along with Ken, our presenter. So those are the persons who will be answering the questions. Other comments from encouragement and so from GoFounders, that will come a little later, but we want to give our guests the first opportunity to ask our questions. Okay, thank you very much. So yes, we're going to take
Admira.
some, please.
So man, okay.
It's Tony. It's Tony. I'm sorry for interrupting you. You had me, Chris, and somebody else on the panel to answer questions. You were saying?
Nyrel, yes.
Nyrel. Oh, Nyrel. Yes, that's right. Hi, Nyrel.
Yeah.
I was wondering if we can involve Marty. He's down it below there on our square.
Marty's here with us. Welcome, Marty. Always a pleasure to have you. Thank you very much. And Chris will be leaving us in a while because he has to attend another webinar. So okay. Marty will take Chris's place. Thank you very much. Now we'll take that question from Saman. You had your hand up. Go ahead, please. Thank you.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. It's very nice to be here. My name is Saman and I'm from Toronto, Canada. It's very humid right here, even though it's still the latter end of spring. It's almost hit 30 degrees centigrade, and I was not able to do my walk because it's so hot at this time of the year. My question is about the hierarchy. I was in the presentation, I heard that there is at least 650,000 founders at this point. Now, if I join as the 650,001 founder, would I have a disadvantage compared to all the people who joined before? For example, as far as I know, the customers are coming, the company is marketing, they have 100,000 websites and blogs that they are showing people, and a lot of people join because there are a lot of products of interest. Companies can join, individuals can join. Now, when those customers join, is it like a kind of a pyramid? I'm using it in a good way. The customers cascading from top to bottom, so that the people who are at the top would benefit first. And if I join, or if anybody join now at the 650,001 founder, will they be set at a disadvantage as far as cascading customers are concerned? Or is there a way that the company would distribute these customers equitably, immaterial of the position in the hierarchy as far as founders are concerned?
Chris?
Tony has his hand up. Tony, do you want to answer that question?
Sure, I'll answer it. Doesn't matter where you are. If you're the 160,000th person, it's equilibrium for everybody. We are estimated to make in 1 year to bring a customer base about over 100 million people. So you're going to be less than the 1%. You're sitting in a position in less than the 1%. If you come in now, even if you come in at the millionth person, it doesn't matter. It's an equilibrium. Everyone's going to make the same amount of money eventually. Now, timestamp is important. Yes, if it all depends on when you came in. But the thing is, everyone's going to make the same amount of money eventually. This is not a pyramid. A pyramid is illegal to begin with. This is a legitimate business. It's an automated system. When we go into hard launch, after soft launch, we're going to make our first payment. The company is going to work for you, okay, to bring in the customers, and those customers are going to fall under you along with everybody else, every 660,000th member or whatever we have at that time. We may have 1 million. It doesn't matter where you are, and it's not a matrix. So let's get the old mentality of a matrix out of our minds, because this isn't MLM. And that's not network marketing. It's an AI, artificial intelligence, informational technology company. It's a complete different animal. You cannot compare OnPassive to any business out there. We can't compare it to any bit because we're not the same as anybody else. We're completely unique. And every one of us has the same opportunity to make a lot of money in this, a lot of apples in this company, okay?
Thank you, Tony.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Simon, for your question, and Tony for that answer. Tony, can you take your hand down? All right, so we have a question in the chat. Marcini, I'm seeing your hand, but I'm going to take this question in the chat first. I thought the amount is 102. So why am I hearing 250 again? Okay.
I'll take that. So the $97 is for you to become a founder. When you pay $97, you come in, you're given a back office, and you become a part of the building process. The 102 has nothing to do with 250. Did she say 250? Is that correct?
Yes, please.
So the $102 is if you're paying for your founder's fee with a card. If you pay by card, there's a $5 processing fee that brings it to $102. Now in OnPassive, there are 2 payments. You pay for your foundership, and at launch, there's a subscription that you need to pay, and that is around $250. That is a monthly payment, but you only pay it once because the system is set that it is your recurring payments will come from your profits. I hope that answers the question. I know the individual is in the chat.
Okay, Eunice, if you have another question following up to that, you can kindly type it in the chat. Okay, Marcini will take you now, please. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay, I just wanted to say hi to everybody first and foremost. I'm not a guest. I didn't know that this was just for guests only. I thought it was for the Zoom was for everybody. I'm sorry that I have to ask, put my hand up. Yeah, I'm sorry. But first, I wanted to tell our guests that when you come to a Zoom like this, it's always good to identify your name or to show your video, because putting Zoom user is not really a great thing, because sometimes, I mean, Zoom user is nobody's name, and if they don't know, they can always ask so that they will teach them. And for those that are that about the company, I've been in the company since 2019, and OnPassive is not a place like every other, like everybody said. We just have to be patient and we're all going to be all blessed later. So it's just a matter of time and everything is going to be okay. And for those that are asking for when it's going to be the soft launch, if the OnPassive mood really got into you, you will realize that the launch is already there because you gain so much friend and so many family, and you learn a lot going along the way. It's a journey that is not going to end. So I'm encouraging everybody, just put up your $97, get your spot, sponsor yourself, sit down, get into the ride and let us ride together. So, and I'm sorry that I have to put my hand up. I didn't know it was for guests only. I'm sorry about that. Thank you so much.
Thank you for your question, your comment, Marcian, and I really appreciate that you came in and said that because there's so many different types of people that come into OnPassive. They're marketers, they're people who've never done anything online before, they're the people in the middle. And so, it is necessary for them to understand what is going on with OnPassive. OnPassive, as Tony said, is a beast, and it's never been done before. And many of us are still in the mindset of the old model where you come in and you join an opportunity to sell the opportunity, and you never make a dime. OnPassive is way different from that. So we appreciate your questions, and we try to answer them as best as we can moving forward. This is what the platform was designed for, and this is what we'll do as long as we can do it. So thank you for your questions.
Okay, thank you very much. There are no more questions in the chat. I'm sure somebody has a question there somewhere, some guests. We encourage you not to go away tonight without your questions being answered, okay? Chris is about to leave us. So Chris, it was nice to have you with us again. Say hi to Robin for us and give our love.
I will, thank you. And I forgot to say, Ken, still my favorite presentation in the world. Absolutely love it. Hey guys, if it does go quiet, but some of the new people that are still on there, if you got a question, please ask. You got some really qualified people. You got Tony Monk, Narelle. Marty is hiding on here. He's on here somewhere. He might have his earphones off. And of course, Kenny. We like to come on here and actually help out the presenter because when they do their presentation, it's a little stressful sometimes. So we get in here and back them up. But ask any question if you want. If no one's got any new question, maybe a founder on here has a question. That's right. Why we do these. So you don't have to be a guest. Once the guests get all their questions in, guess what? It's a free for all. So, but I love you all. I'm going to jump on Robbins and I'll tell her you said hi. Caribbean, I love you. You know that.
We love you, Chris. Bye.
Thanks for your contribution, Chris.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Marcini, I was just going to say what Chris said is the meeting, the webinar is for everyone. It's just that we give the guests chance to ask their questions first, and then our co-founders will, come in after and ask questions. And so we just want to make sure all our guests get their questions out so that they can understand the business more and become co-founders like we are, okay? But it's always good to have you, and thanks for your comments. So right at this time, we do not have any more questions in the chat, or I have not seen any hand up. So this would be a good opportunity if somebody wants to speak about, share their story about OnPassive or encourage someone.
Someone mentioned an update. I'm not sure who it was.
Well, I can give you an update.
James, I hope it's not about hockey. I hope it's about OnPassive.
It's hockey. 1-1.
We haven't gotten to that chit chat part yet, James. So we'll take the update then. Right now, let's get on with the OnPassive business.
Go ahead.
Okay, thank you.
Hi, Shari. Do you want to share at this point until some other people get their questions together?
Hey, Kenneth, thanks for asking me to come on. I think you said my name. I'm kind of sitting here. I've had a kind of a long week at work, and man, OnPassive is just going to change everything, right? I work like pretty much 7 days a week right now. And when OnPassive launches, like I'm going to be able to do whatever my heart desires. And my heart desires a lot right now, a lot of giving back. And so, you know, for the people that are just sitting on the fence or whatever, like come on into this business, spend the $97. It's well worth it. You know, like you will, you'll get that back in spades, you know, that just from this community. It's kind of my message when I come on. I just love that I've spent $97 and I've met so many incredible people, you know, that we're connected in heart and in vision and in spirit. And it's just like something that's, you know, like the $97, you pay it once and then you pay the $250 once. So that's like, yeah, how many therapy sessions, right? Or how many, whatever, like whatever you like to do for fun, whatever it is, whatever you spend that money on. And so like, and this will just grow into something that's like, something that will blow your mind. The integrity of the people that are in here is also something that you just don't find anywhere. And people wanting to help people, like there's people that are on this webinar right now just to support Kenneth and Admira, right? And that's what we do in OnPassive. We help people. And so we're going to be doing it on this like global level where, you know, we have Bless, and we're going to be able to give to people that, you know, for example, that, I don't know, say someone's house burns down and they have no money, they have no insurance, and all of a sudden it's like, hey, and you jump into Bless and you have 650,000 people that put in $1, do the math. That's pretty good, you know, and it's from people's hearts, right? We're just about heart. So that's it. I don't talk much about the business side of it because I love this connection side of it. It's what I've longed for many, many years, and I found it here, and I love you guys.
Thank you very much, Sherry, for sharing. Always a pleasure hearing from you. I'm going to back on what you said just a bit. Tony, maybe you can help my friend. I have a friend on here. He had a small business. I'm going to talk for him because he's not talking. He had a small business, and then we had the volcanic eruption, and then everything just went. His business, everything blew down, the coconut trees, his building, and so forth. And I think that OnPassive is just the business that he will need to even build back that business that he had. So Tony, maybe he's here and he's listening. I would like you to encourage him, tell him maybe how OnPassive can help him to build
absolutely.
back.
Absolutely, Admira, absolutely. What's his name?
Gonel.
Gonel? Hi, Gonel, how are you?
Not good.
Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that. Well, I'll tell you something. OnPassive is the best place to be. It's a place for everybody, whether you have a business or you don't have a business. There are people that are going to come in that have businesses that are doing well, and eventually what's going to happen is OnPassive is going to make them more money than their actual business. Okay, so it's for everybody. If you get into OnPassive, that's all you need to do. I've been online for 25 years now, since 1996. I was very successful back in the 90s. I did some marketing back then. I was an affiliate. I was also part of an MLM company back in the day, and I did extremely well. And so I know what OnPassive has to offer, believe me. I've been in right from the beginning, 2018, October 5th. When I first heard Ash talk about OnPassive, I was sold. I was sold because it wasn't because of the fact that he was trying to sell me something. It was the fact that the man was extremely authentic and genuine. This is a man who on his days off, okay, he works 80 to 90 hours a week trying to put a business together for all of us, for all 660,000 members, okay? And on his day off, he went to buy water, okay? Not just water, but cold water. He had to make sure it was cold. and he went to buy food and handed it out to the homeless people in his vicinity. What CEO does that on his day off? You know, after working 80 to 90 hours a week trying to put something together for all of us. This is a complete different animal. I don't think a lot of people get the what OnPassive is all about. OnPassive is the place to be. I've been in some amazing companies online in the past, and nothing, and I mean nothing, compares to OnPassive. You can't compare OnPassive to anything. Like Kenneth said earlier, OnPassive is a complete different animal. This is completely different. It's not typical. So you can't say, well, you know, it's kind of like this or it's kind of like that. OnPassive is going to be bigger than Apple, for God's sake. There was a guy in Apple that bought shares in Apple back in the 70s. I think he had like 10 shares or something like that. I can't remember exactly what it was. But anyway, if he kept his shares, he sold it like a couple of years later for $800. If he kept his shares today, it would have been worth over 100 million, or sorry, 100 billion with a B. Okay, so that guy's probably kicking himself. Now, the thing is, I have a saying, OnPassive, the difference between OnPassive and anything else is like a multi-layered wedding cake to a donut with a hole in it. Okay, and if you're thinking about doing anything else besides OnPassive, you're tripping over the $100 bills to pick up the pennies. OnPassive is the place to be. This is the place to be. Like I said, I've been very, very successful. I've made 7 figures years ago, but nothing compares to this. We're all in a great place. It doesn't matter when you come in. Okay, if we get another 600,000 people on top of what we have now, and you come in at the $1 million level, millionth level, or whatever it is, way at the bottom, it don't matter. You're still going to make the same amount of money as anybody else in OnPassive. It's just going to take a little bit more time. That's all it is. I hope that helps.
Thank you very much, Tony. Bart had his hand up before Sherry, but Sherry, are you going to jump in on this very same thing? If
if you don't mind, would Admira, what's your friend's name?
Gonell.
Gonell. Okay, I want to speak to you if you're still there. So I guess what I want to say when I heard you say that you've lost everything, your coconut trees and everything, and so one of the things that I was talking about a few minutes ago was the hope. And so when you come into the OnPassive community and you get connected, the hope that you will get. I joined OnPassive in October 2020, and I was in a really dark place. I'd lost everything I'd ever worked for my whole life, gone. And I was in a dark, dark place. And I found OnPassive and I found hope. And I found this community, and we're so close to launch right now. Like, spend that $97, and that's the financial part of it. Okay, the money's gonna come, but what you're gonna get, like when you're down and out because you've lost everything, and I'm so sorry that that's happened. But to come in here and to be able to talk about that with people and have people love you and support you, and that, like, honestly, it's worth just spending the money for that. But just know that if you come in, the apples, the money, whatever, it's right there. It's so close. So you have hope in here.
I agree with you, Sherry. I was the same way. I made all that money back then, but I also lost it. I lost it in 2008, 2009. I was suicidal 3 times. 3 times. Okay, but I went on and I continued, and I kept on keeping on. Okay, I knew there was something like this that eventually was going to be created. I just didn't know to create something like this. I'm telling you, it costs, we're talking hundreds of millions of dollars at this point. This is a huge monument here. This is a big company. We're going to be bigger than Apple and all these other companies. So I know what it's like to lose money, a lot of money, and then go back to work again. But OnPassive has given me a newfound hope. I am
Yeah.
so happy to be here.
Yeah.
We have a great community of people. We all support each other, and we're all going to be fine financially.
Yeah.
The financial part of it is a done deal. It's a
Done
done
deal.
deal. Okay.
Yeah.
What you're
Yeah.
going to be focused on is what am I going to do with my free time? You know. And there's lots of things to do. We have Bless, which is like a crowdfunding platform where we're all going to be helping charities and stuff like that. And just you know, I mean, feel what that feels like. That feels great to me. You know, I don't know about the rest of you, but you know, it's amazing.
Thank you very much, Tony and Shari.
Yeah, I hope that helped. I hope that helped.
Yes, I hope that helped my friend as well.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you
Bob
very
has
much.
his hand up for
That's
a
good.
while. Yeah, we're going to take Bob's question now.
Yeah. Hey, Kenneth, great presentation. Your slideshow is awesome, man. Within 15-20 minutes, it's done. Perfect. Hey, question for the panel. You know, the Mr. Ash is launching all these platforms similar to Facebook and, you know, all this, what I'm seeing, internet. So he has a plan or company has a plan to launch platforms similar to YouTube and similar platform to Google, like YouTube, maybe OTube, and maybe similar to Google, maybe Ogle. Any idea?
I love Otubo.
Ogle.
Okay. Who's taking that?
If we don't have it, you don't need it. We have all of that, by the way. Yes, we do have a Facebook platform called Onet, I believe. Is it Onet? And we have everything that you've mentioned, and more. Okay, the 51 products that everyone's talking about, that's just the beginning.
So they will have platforms similar to probably, I guess, YouTube and maybe for similar.
Yes,
to
we do.
Okay.
We do in our portfolio. All our portfolios is what everybody's using online is what we have, except it's going to be our proprietary portfolios.
Okay, thank you. Appreciate you, Tony.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
For that, we say, oh, thank you.
You're muted, Admira.
Sorry. I was saying no more questions in the chat, no more hands raised. If all our guests have finished asking their questions, then there's a hand. So we're gonna close this part off in a while, and then we're going to have our little chit chat if all our guests are finished. Okay, let's take a White. Let's take White. I see your hand.
Yeah, hi. I just wanted to say I've worked 44 years in offices, sometimes 3 jobs in a week to help raise my family and, you know, survive. And I thought, oh my God, I'm never going to be able to retire. Never, you know. It's just too difficult. And I'm on a pension, but it's not enough. You know, I had to handle some things with whatever money I had. So it's like a dream come true when I found out, and I'm a humanitarian. I educate on human rights and many other causes, you know, and help people. I look after a blind guy and his wife, you know, not getting paid, just volunteer. And my parents are in their 90s. And I want life to be better for them and myself, you know, and to help others, you know. And I see this as the only way, you know. I mean, I haven't been able to take a vacation for several years, you know. I can't afford, you know. I used to go to the Caribbean or different places, you know. I would love, and to help people to know that we have a Bless and all these other products, you know. I mean, I don't like all the social media platforms and everything, you know, and get banned everywhere, you know, and you try to talk or things happen. I mean, OnPassive, Ash is just brilliant, him and his team. They've thought of everything, you know. It's going to be a dream come true. Like what can you lose? You know, it's 100% money back guarantee. If you get in, you don't, like, you know, and that's what I figured, you know. When I heard him speak a couple of times, I just knew, you know, you could feel his heart and the mission. It's not about money for him, you know. it's about reversing, the way people are suffering in life, and I just love hearing all the founders come in and their stories, because we've all got stories to tell, and it's changing lives worldwide, globally. That's all I wanted to say.
Thank you very much, Wai. We'll take Rogers and then Cedric.
Hello again. Can you hear me?
Yes, please, we can hear you, Rogers.
Okay. My thing is in the back office, something that Ash and Mike Ellis and Ken Russo has expressed to us. There's an ebook. And for those that are newcomers into the founders platform, need to read that. It's very short. It's only 40 some odd pages. You can read that very quick, less than an hour. And to read the ebook, you will know the fundamentals and the operations on how the platform is going to be ran ahead of time. It's just doing some research. I've been here since 2019 along with my significant other. She's right beside me. And I hear people asking questions that take up a lot of time when we need to get down to the nitty gritty. Okay? I like to cook food. And we need to cook food. So let's get it and serve it to all those that want to eat. The food is there for you. IT. Informational technology.
Thank you, Dwayne. I'd like to jump on that for just a second. Very well
You're
said.
welcome, sir.
Very well said, and really appreciate that. Like I said earlier, this is why we provide this platform so that we can distribute the information to all different types of people. You want to bear in mind that some people come into the business just for the money, and we do market this as a hands-free business, and some people are just only interested in the money, and for them to go to the back office, they're just not interested. And so but for other people like yourself who are plugging in on a daily basis is incredible, because now then you can teach people, or at least show them where to go to get the information. So we appreciate people like you who keep plugged in and keep moving forward. So thank you very much for that.
Thank you, Kenneth. Okay, Flowers, your question, please. Or comment.
Yeah, Flowers in the house. How everyone doing? Always love coming to the Caribbean every week without no luggage. I love it. Kenny, you like Picasso, man. Your excellent presentation as always. Cedric Flowers here from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Been a founder since June of 2020. Best decision I made in my life. Let me thank Mr. Ash Mafar right at the top. Got to thank him. I appreciate him. I highly respect him. I love what he's doing. I couldn't feel any better. He gave me a second win. I'm not running in place no more. I'm moving now. I feel good. I know, like Chris always say, it's coming. He making me feel good. He got my family feeling good. My two great nieces, they 2 and 4 years old. They're gonna be straight by the time they get out of kindergarten. I love this, So for all the new people, if you're on the fence, get off of it, because I know it hurts. Can't make no apples sitting on the fence anyway. And whoever brought you to this webinar, kiss them, shake their hand, hug them, because they love you very much. They looking out for you. That's why I love Ash. He got our best interests at heart, almost more than he has it for himself. That's why I love that man. I respect him. I've been looking for him for years. This is why we here. You know, like I always say, Martin Luther King would have loved this. Look at this screen. I'm in the Caribbean, you know. I told the people in Australia would never came out my mouth if I ain't joined OnPassive. It wasn't even on my mind. Papua New Guinea, the same way. I learned so much. I just learned something the other day. Papua and New Guinea was two different states. You know, I learned more here than I did almost in high school. So it's a lovely thing being on OnPassive. You can't go wrong. I mean, it's a no-brainer to me. I don't know what's so hard about it. But like I said, if you don't, you know, like Warren Buffett say, if you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you're definitely going to work until you die. And I ain't trying to do that. And I know a lot of us, I think all of us here, you know, we ain't trying to do that. You know, Facebook always had these challenges. You know, pouring water on your head, all these crazy challenges. I got a challenge. If anybody can find a business, a company better than OnPassive, I promise you, I could bring 600,000+ people with me to join you. If you find that company better than OnPassive, you ain't gonna find it nowhere else. This is the best olive branch in the world. So you ain't gonna find nothing. You can research all you want. If you don't hear from Mr. Ashmafar or you coming to this Caribbean webinar, you're gonna get misled. So best come to these webinars and get the facts. This like Michael Williams say, just get in and join. You know, if you miss getting in on Microsoft, Apple, Facebook, Disney World, Amazon, you're looking for the best, you're at it. Right here on OnPassive. Can't beat it. So I'm gonna leave it there. You know, I'm passionate about this. You know, I don't usually talk enough, but if I'm passionate about something, you can't shut me up. So this is great. You can't go wrong. This is a no-brainer. So you can come in now, get paid, or come in later and pay us. It's your choice. So that's all I got to say. Thank you, everyone. I love y'all to death, you know, and I'm in it to win it. Peace.
Thank you, Flowers. You know, we love you. We love that voice of yours. We're in it to win it. Thank you very much, guys. And we are going to wrap it up here for tonight. All of those of you who have taken the time to come and support us, to give us your love, we really appreciate it. All the founders, keep coming, and remember to always bring a guest with you, because the point of the webinars is to get people to hear us, to hear what this business is about, and to eventually become go-founders. So thank you to all of you who came. To those of you who are on our panel, Tony Monk, hey, you're a man. Thank you so very much, very knowledgeable. We thank, well, Chris is gone, and we thank Nirel. Oh, Nirel, we love you, Australia. We love you. Thank you very much for sitting in and answering our questions tonight. Everybody who contributed in one way or the other, we thank you. And to our special guest, we really appreciate you being here, and we know that some of you have to come back another time in order to understand